Well, could just be me. No biggie.
This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code SOUTHGATE to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here, the line fades to nothing at all. This is a world of Capes and Lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
I love it. It's a Friday night. All my babies are here. I can't wait. Full house. All my children here. All right. So let's jump right into it. Capes and Lunatics, episode 127 starts right now. Hello, welcome to the Capes and Lunatics, the world's greatest comic book podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, she who lives in darkness in Florida.
Hey y'all, it's Will Hellfire.
Me who lives in New Jersey, which should be in the darkness.
Charlie, the Professor Esser.
And
don't heart the glory that is the Garden State.
and our symbol of hope. It's not just an S. From Ohio.
It is me, Tyler. I escaped the Phantom Zone, and I am here tonight.
Yay!
Yay!
We've got
I was let off for good behavior.
Coast and starting to get into that Midwest. Watch your back. Watch your back, Master Doom. Oh, I did get robbed. I didn't get robbed to listen to the last episode, so he's all in on the Master Doom thing.
Of course.
I didn't go to school to be Mr. Doom. All right, so I'm glad Tyler's here because we can start with the big casting news. We got a lot of the Batman casting news this week.
Cool.
We got Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman.
Yay!
Paul Dano as the Riddler, who I'm not familiar with, but I mean,
Paul Dano, he's a really good actor, and he's in a lot of things. There Will Be Blood. He was in Little Miss Sunshine. He was in another one of those movies by Paul W.S. Anderson, or Paul S. Anderson. I always get the two mixed up. There's two different Paul Andersons. One has initials in the middle. He played a young Brian Wilson in a movie about the Beach Boys.
Who was he in Little Miss Sunshine?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I've seen There Will Be Blood and I've seen Little Miss Sunshine, and he's just not ringing a bell for me.
In Little Miss Blood, he was the orphan. He was like the son or whatever. Crap. I haven't seen it in so long.
Okay. Did you say Little Miss Blood?
No, There Will Be Blood, Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, I'll take your word for it. He's the Riddler now.
I mean,
But now we all know.
We don't need this. Who is this actor?
But we all know we just really wanted Jason Alexander to be Penguin.
Oh, supposedly.
And then, what was, hold on. The movie, it had Hugh Jackman and Prisoners. It had Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal, where he was the psycho that kidnapped the children.
Okay.
Or did he?
Paul Dano was the psycho who kidnapped the children?
I've seen that movie too, and I'm just still not ringing a bell.
I'm going to say, what?
Exactly. There you go.
Oh, well, it's like Edward Norton. Maybe he's one of these guys who just falls into the role. You know, I actually had seen 10 movies that had Edward Norton in. Did not know who he was until The Incredible Hulk. So,
well,
American History X must not have been one of those movies because you can't forget him in that.
He was.
I'm just saying he tends to disappear into his roles.
It's Charlie.
Paul Dano was in 12
Charlie.
Years a Slave.
Mandela.
Yeah, no, I know. I heard he was in 12 Years a Slave. I assume he was not.
Oh, did you ever? Oh, that's the one I forgot. Looper. Did you ever see Looper?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh yeah,
he was the one the guy. Yep.
Oh, is he young? Is he young Bruce Willis?
No, that's just
the one that gets his fingers cut off.
How dare you, sir?
He's in that other Batman movie.
Oh. I just know him as the kid from Third Rock from the Sun.
Third Rock from the Sun, yeah.
That's not Paul Dano.
No.
So,
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
the
okay, so we have a Riddler.
I need George's
So-
Penguin. I need that right now.
see, all I can say is whoever is going to end up being the Penguin, we're all going to be like, huh, okay. So it just seems like the casting are people that are good, but we would never think in the front of our mind.
Because Jonah Hill overplayed his hand. I guess, what was it?
He didn't want to do it.
Well, supposedly they said they wanted him for Penguin. He wanted Riddler, and was the other rumor that he wanted more money than Pattinson, and they're like, yeah, bye.
Sorry,
Well,
Pattinson's
I'm
a
okay
better
with that.
actor than you. Like, Jonah, what have you even done? Like, Moneyball? Wolf
worked
of Wall Street?
Yeah.
Like, Moneyball was
Yeah,
terrible.
but you-
And Wolf of Wall Street was questionable. Fight me.
What?
Yeah.
He did good in Wolf of Wall Street, but I don't feel like it was this great.
He was the goofy
acting.
sidekick.
Yeah.
That is his role. That will always be his role.
Trust me.
I never watched his
it's,
show on
you know,
Netflix.
I'm just gonna say, don't get too attached to Jonah Hill.
Oh,
I've never been. You're no Seth
He-
Rogen, sir. Just saying.
Yeah, he is.
You're not the lovable dude with the Jew fro that everybody roots
Oh.
for. It's not you.
He is definitely a guy who's gotten bigger than his britches, which is saying a lot because he's got pretty big britches to fill. And,
Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't.
no, he's still a big man. He's still a big man. I mean, everyone says, "Oh, he's lost a lot of weight." He's lost a lot of weight, like when I lose a lot of weight. Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight. He's still a big guy, you know. He's a big guy. He's big all over. So, but he's definitely getting to that point where he's definitely thinking he is. And you get actors like this all the time who are like, "Oh, you know, what I do is art," you know, and it's like, no, just read the script and stand on your spot, please.
I could just see,
You know?
I could just see him being the guy too, just being like, "Oh, I don't like this thing in the script. Can we redo that?" You know.
Yeah, that was Edward Norton's problem. Speaking of difficult actors, Edward Norton says he's totally down to come back to the MCU as a villain if they're interested.
Well, yeah. Now they.
You were already the villain. What do you mean? You almost ruined this single-handedly. Get out of here,
No, and it is just that thing that, you know, literally no one asked him.
I know. Well, now that people are
No one was asking him to come back.
now that people are swimming in money, he's like, I guess I can play with you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But,
But,
go write a movie. Do something. He's another Ben Affleck. It's like, dude, just go write and direct. We don't want to see your face in front of the screen anymore. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over, Johnny.
But I'm liking Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman.
I wonder if Robert Pattinson pitched that because she kind of looks like his ex, FKA Twigs. I'm just saying.
Or maybe she looks like
Okay.
maybe she looks like his future girlfriend.
His future wife. Money on it. I almost guarantee.
You know what? She's not a bad actress. I'm going to say that, you know. And, you know, the Kravitzes are a strong acting family. You know.
I mean, you got Lisa Bonet, but Lenny Kravitz, I mean...
Well, no, but Lenny Kravitz's mom.
Oh, true.
Lenny Kravitz knocked out.
Yeah,
he knocked it out of the park in Hunger Games. All right?
Yeah, they're not exactly the Barrymores, but then again, the Barrymores aren't that much to speak of.
He pulled a Jason Momoa. He was just being a cool guy, okay? That's what he had.
Exactly.
Hey, steer into the skid. Remember the Charlie after roll. Steer into the skid.
You always steer into the. It's the only way you regain control.
Do what you do best.
Yeah, and so I'm excited about that. I'm excited that they are, you know, I mean, and it's one of these great aspects of casting history that Eartha Kitt really did.
Please erase the terrible legacy of Halle Berry. Like, please.
Oh, well, you know, yeah. Well, you know, I thought you were going to say something bad about Eartha Kitt. Eartha Kitt was an amazing character.
Never. I will
and really defined the role. And I love the fact that because Eartha Kitt was so good, even after Halle Berry, they say, you know what? If we could get another African American lady, that would be really awesome. And they did, and so yay. You know,
except for the title Catwoman, I mean, there's no proof even that Halle Berry's Catwoman was even in the DC version. Is that?
Nope. All they did was they took the script from The Crow, and put in a cat.
Yeah, well,
She wasn't
And
Selena.
No,
and that's where they
seriously,
went.
She
yeah.
wasn't Selena Cow. She had a whole different name. I mean,
She
yeah.
was a Catwoman, not the Catwoman. Get it?
Yeah, she was-
Get it?
Oh, there was a whole. I remember the trailer for Catwoman. Start off saying like, when you die, your spirit's carried to the underworld by a cat, and all this is like, isn't that the thing from The Crow?
No, you're right. Now that you think about it, I was like, oh my god, they literally just switched animals. It made it terrible.
Well, hopefully,
Crow is a legend, okay? That
hopefully
movie
J.O.
still
Bar
holds
got a nickel. It's J.O. Bar, right? J.O. Bar. Hopefully, he got a nickel off of that. So,
Yep.
yeah. I love the Crow comic book, by the way. That is such a good book.
I love that first movie. I mean,
The movie is okay.
Oh,
you
yeah, I
know?
was gonna say the only movie, but then I remember they did make a sequel.
No, they,
Well, yeah, but how you gonna replace
few.
Brandon Lee?
they made a few.
Hey,
They tried.
they made 4 movies, and a TV
And one,
series.
and just the
And one movie was good. I think that we just said that, Tyler. No,
Exactly.
you know, and this is what I'll always say: is the book. It is. I never say the book is better. I always say the movie is better. This is one time where I will say absolutely the comic book is better than the movie. I mean, the movie is good, but it's a completely different story than the comic book. And the comic book is such a deep, personal story. It's wonderful.
I'm the complete opposite. I usually think the comics or the book is better than the movie, and it's just like I think for The Crow, I'm the opposite.
Really?
I like the movie better. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
it's a very streamlined, more
Fire it
concise story than
Fire
what's
it
in the
up.
comic
Yeah.
book. So I can, like, if you hadn't read the comic book, if you didn't really know the history, I could get why you would say that. Like, whatever you kind of discover first, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
in that case,
Yeah.
is one of those things. And I was more familiar with the comic book than I was the movie. I saw the movie like real long time after it came out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, and to be fair, I mean, I actually did see the movie first. I did love the movie. And then I went and I found the book, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I still like the movie, but man, this is such a better story.
That's a lot.
Although, granted, the comic book is probably less cinematic than the movie, which is kind of
Yeah.
how things that are not cinema go. You know, it's a much more personal story. It's the kind of story that Martin Scorsese would make. You know.
Somebody get Martin Scorsese on the phone. You're making a comic book movie, Steve. It's gonna be.
And he will. You know, that's the thing is Martin Scorsese will make a comic book movie as soon as someone asks him.
And then he'll,
The thing I liked about the book was the book teased with the idea that the whole story could just be a revenge fantasy that Eric Draven is having, or just Eric, because he doesn't have a name in the book, last name having as he's dying.
Yeah.
And
I just love that it's set in Detroit. So
yeah,
realistic.
Lawless.
well, you know.
And I just love it's like if you just watch the movie and like don't read the comic, like you don't even know the name of the main bad guy unless you look in the end credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad guys are always crazy in the Crow movies.
I know, but it's like
they're always like really out.
Like no one calls him a name. No one calls him by a name. No, he doesn't call himself by a name. It's just like, oh, the man. Isn't that always the way? The man.
Damn straight.
Man keeping you down.
That's right.
Man keeps you down, Phil. Man keeps you down.
Preach, brother, preach.
There's a drop.
Yeah.
Man keeps you down.
So,
Good.
okay. Did you guys hear about
That's your Dolomite.
Hear about what?
Prestige Plus, the whole DC thing? So I did notice that the Joker Harley book that I got was kind of a different size. And now it actually has a name, so I'm just like, okay, sweet. So
like Batman Year One, and like the Harley book. Yeah,
they didn't originally have a name for that format.
They're just graphic novels. That's what we used to call them back in the 80s. They were graphic novels. They were big, hardcover, like God Loves Man Kills. Well, it wasn't a comic book; it was a graphic novel.
But these are like slightly bigger than the other ones too, though. It's like 2 inches
they're wider and stuff.
Yeah, no, I think it's about the same size as God Loves Man Kills.
Cover.
I mean, I don't have my copy of God Loves Man Kills here, but I think it's about the same size.
I think they said this is like wider than most.
Yeah, it's 2 inches wider than anything else in my collection.
Okay. Well, great. So now it won't fit on the shelf, and we don't have bags for it. Good marketing plan, guys.
I know in my store, like I guess these are like magazine.
Well, it's hardcover.
They're like
It'll be okay.
magazine bags or something.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So they got bags for
Like
that
they're probably
size,
more
yeah.
expensive though too.
Well, I mean, those books are like $10. So.
Almost 8.
Tyler is going to a rave right now. I don't know. Just get all dark and
Baby shark, doo-doo-doo-doo. Now drop the bass.
You get that little hellfire for getting that in your.
Only people that have children under 5 understand
Yes.
that reference.
Whoa.
That is a jam.
Yeah. Look at that camera. Who is that? Is that Tom Welling or Tyler Patrick?
Oh, Phil. Which I might be meeting
Black Suit
Tom.
Superman.
Might be meeting Tom on Sunday.
Oh.
ooh, cool. Oh, hey, so Crisis on Infinite Earth. So they killed Batman or something?
Oh, I was going to talk about how they cast the Spectre when we already had a damn Spectre.
Oh, they're not giving you a concept.
Thank you, Lilith. Thank you, because that was what I said when they announced this guy.
But Steven Lobo's got like hella fans, so I get it.
Okay, so I
He's
got a
got some
question.
passionate fans.
I have a question for Lilith and Phil. Okay, so was that, I don't know if I missed something on Arrow. Was that supposed to be Earth 2?
Yeah, because that was Black Siren's Earth. Yeah, that was Black Siren. Yeah.
But, okay, so they mentioned before that Robert Queen was supposed to be the Hood
Spoilers.
of Earth 2. And there's no dialogue about him dying or returning or anything.
He got arrested,
So
though. We saw that in the Flash.
He got arrested at some point.
Yeah, but they didn't. But he was still. I thought the Hood. Like I didn't know if he got.
Yeah,
caught.
the Hood.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
maybe Adrian Chase was pulling a Roy, and he put on the hood to say, "Oh, Robert Queen's." But yeah, but it is weird that like Oliver's mother didn't say anything about Robert or anything.
So that was the one thing that kind of threw me about. And then they didn't even touch on like. So is Harry and Jesse Quick now dead too? Because weren't they on Earth 2?
Yeah, well, doing the dance.
So, will we get any? I wonder if we'll get any kind of like, something like I thought it'd been neat. Like if, we don't have vibe anymore, so he can't like feel it in the vibes.
Well, we will.
An Earth is destroyed.
Well, I know Lilith was saying he's getting his powers back, but and if you look at remember that vision Barry got on the Flash, Cisco was in costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still sour that he did that. I think it was selfish and it was a dick move, but whatever.
Well, again, maybe they thought he was leaving the show, but he didn't.
Yeah, he was holding out for more money. It's fine. Get your paper.
I'm wondering.
Get your money.
I'm wondering.
It's okay.
I'm wondering if he just came back for Infinite Crisis and then he's going to be gone after Crisis.
Oh,
if anybody needs to go, controversial opinion, by the way, it's Killer Frost. Like, I don't care about that storyline. I care more about Cisco than I do Caitlin. Fight me.
Again, that's just really weird.
You know who I actually care about? I'm actually interested in meeting Sue and Ralph.
Thank you. Give
Because
them a spin-off on the CW seed.
Supposedly,
because he mentions Sue and having to go and find her, and I would rather do that storyline and kind of get some of that.
I just want Ralph off. I need focus on my Flash. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on, Charlie.
Didn't they announce that they're doing an Arrow and the Sirens series?
Well, it's a female Green Arrow.
They've been doing flash. They've been doing flash forwards on the show. It's going to be him and Felicity's daughter. Yeah.
Okay, no, I know, but I'm saying, isn't that the next official spinoff is Arrow and the Sirens?
Yeah, once Arrow's done, yeah.
It's not the Sirens, it's the Canaries, okay?
Oh, Carrie, I don't know. Sorry, the Canaries. You're right, it is the Canaries, because you need a black canary, a yellow canary.
A white canary, but she won't be there, unfortunately. Until Legends goes off the air.
Oh!
Give it time.
Which makes me wonder how Legends going to do with Brandon leaving.
After they see Kingdom Come Superman, the fans are going to lose their minds, and they're going to be like, no,
that's what I said. I think he's going to be recurring every so often as Superman.
They may do a whole Kingdom Come series.
No. Hopefully. The CW has no room. Okay.
I saw that. Are they like stuffing his suit?
Maybe that's all
the Kingdom Come.
Oh,
That's all Brandon, you
with it.
think?
I'm just saying.
he's getting
I don't know. It looked like some foam rubber in there. That's all I'm saying. That looked
Was
like
Batman damned? Are you a of being Batman damned? Because Batman damned definitely has a tube sock down there. Just saying.
Oh,
well, no, I'm actually talking his arms and his chest, Lilith. I wasn't going.
Gone is a medical term.
Come on.
I actually still I myself am adamant about the fact that it is such a gross assumption that Kryptonian secondary sexual characteristics match Earthling secondary sexual characteristics.
I'm big all over.
So whether or not Superman is actually a man, to me, is always up for debate.
Tyler's right there. You're gonna crush him.
No, I'm just saying, we have no idea how Kryptonian genitals work.
Have you ever read Red Sun?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't think they show each other.
Kryptonians are descendants of Earthlings. Because when Superman came, he traveled in the past. Boom! Mic drop.
But you can't think about it too hard.
I don't remember that in Red Sun, but okay.
Because, Charlie, I'm about to blow your mind. Ready? Because it talks about how Lex Luthor became good and that his descendant went into space. And over time, the last name Luthor, the L dropped, it just became an L. And it's
Superman Red Sun. This happens in where he's the ruler of communist Russia.
Yes, it's interesting.
No, I've read the book. I just don't remember any of that.
It's the last 2 pages.
Because your memory is so reliable.
Granted, my memory is not reliable, but
unreliable memory narrator.
I am as unreliable as Galactus. Let me tell you. But we'll get to that.
Thank you for super
connectivity later. Yeah, that's for super connectivity.
History of the Marvel Universe.
Unreliable narrators.
Oh my Lord, Lilith. He messaged me in shock today. He's like, "Oh my Lord," because Galactus is talking to Franklin Richards about the whole history of the Marvel Universe. He's like, he forgot Secret Wars too.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
It's not.
Secret Wars 2.
What can I say? Mark Waid's not a fan of Secret Wars 2.
Man of the people, he is.
Hey, he mentioned the important stuff, like all the Spider-Man stuff and Quasar. Thank you.
Kind of missed the very important part of Spider-Man stuff.
Oh, the marriage.
But again,
I told you.
Again, super connectivity.
I told you he might be under orders not to talk about the marriage. Maybe Mephisto greater than Galactus.
I ain't going there.
Let's Galactus
anyway.
Leave him alone.
Yeah, I think he's just telling the kids stories. But anyway, that's for super connectivity. Get the whole discussion there.
All the current news.
Yes. But yeah. Anyway, what else is on the agenda tonight, Phil?
Oh, hey, did everyone see Naomi Harris got cast for Venom 2?
No, I didn't see
a Shriek? Okay.
Yeah, Shriek, yeah.
Okay. Well,
what do you think?
This will be excited.
What do you think, Lilith? Shriek?
I mean, we're not going to do Lady Venom. Bummer.
Unless,
they can share the symbiote, kind of, sort of.
Unless What's-Her-Face comes back. I mean...
Yeah, I was hoping Michelle Williams would come back. The white Michelle Williams.
She's not coming back?
kind of have to preface that.
She's not coming back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, they can do that, but we're getting Shriek.
I don't care about Shriek.
Well...
Is it Shriek or is it Shrike?
It's Shriek because she has sonic powers.
Yeah, that's what I was thought.
Shrike is kind of a...
Y'all the Marvel experts. I don't know.
Yeah.
That just sounded
Venom. I don't care about no Spider-Man and Venom.
Chamomilion, I don't know.
Yeah.
If Tristan were here, he could tell you. I'm sure.
Chameleon, yeah. Check out Capes 125.
Oh, that's such a great game.
Or no, 1, 2, 3.
I've got to buy that game because I love that game. Man.
Go to your local Target.
Got it at Target. Big potato.
Yeah.
You know what? I love potatoes, so when I saw that it was like big potato games, I was like, yes, this is for me.
You picked the right one, Lilith.
So yes, Big Potato Games or Target. They're not sponsors, but we will take your money if you'd like to be.
Yeah, or just send us more games.
Especially that Target money.
Yeah, actually, we wouldn't mind.
Yeah, we can
A
play.
quarterly get together.
Yeah. We can even play online too, somehow.
We can make it work.
We could do it. We could do
Anyway.
it on the big Christmas show. Oh, but
yeah.
Oh, hey, Lilith, remember I was telling you about they're in January they're launching Birds of Prey ongoing series as like a mature mature whatever.
Yeah.
Well, now they've already said, okay, now it's just going to be a 96-page one-shot.
Good, because everybody was pissed. It's like Birds of the Prey don't need Harley Quinn. Everybody's pissed about that.
I know. Well, they must have heard.
Nobody's going to buy the expensive book. Why make it?
They didn't even go to a miniseries. They were just like ongoing. Oh, one shot.
Nobody cares.
Yep.
Just saying. Harley's getting played out. I don't think that they understand. Like, the cycle is at its end. Find a new thing to
I told you
on.
they're burning her out like they burned Deadpool out, when they had to they put her in everything.
Yeah. And I like Margot Robbie, I just don't like her as Harley Quinn.
I don't think that movie's gonna do it.
I think maybe it's less that Harley Quinn is burning out and then Margot Robbie Harley Quinn is burning out.
Well, I think the problem is we've only got a little bit of her. Yeah, if they would do something and bring her back to form.
Yeah, give us animated series Harley Quinn, not
I want
she's coming.
Harley Quinn. I want super. You know what? I want old lady Harley Quinn because I actually like.
Oh, well, give me any Harley Quinn. Give me any Harley Quinn besides show me your.
You mean the book Old Lady Harley, or do you mean the one from Batman Beyond?
Yeah, I was going to say Batman Beyond Harley Quinn.
Both. Both is good.
They both were cool.
Any Harley that show me your butt Harley.
Any Harley but Beaver jokes constantly Harley.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I like that Old Lady Harley series. Are they still printing that? Is that done?
No.
That was a mini, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a mini.
I have no idea what it was. It's like, I never put it on my pull list, so it was always just, it's a new issue, and I would grab it. So I got like 2 issues, which I really loved, but yeah, it's very rare that I like to put a book on the pull list before 2 issues. I like to get 2 issues, and then I can make an honest decision about the pull list. But sometimes
that's a good one.
Did you guys hear about Stargirl?
No, what?
They said that she's going to be on the CW, and I'm just like, it kind of makes sense if we're going to be like kind of touching into that Smallville universe now. It almost makes sense.
It's not gonna be on DC Universe. They're moving it to CW.
That's what they're saying. I mean, just like I thought, they never moved Supergirl from CBS to CW. Well,
I mean, they were talking about Justice Society on there and Jay Garrick, so it makes sense. I mean, we already have a Jay Garrick.
Yeah.
Well, I think what would be interesting if they did something where they did the pilot premiere episode of Stargirl. They did it like on CW, like a special event, and then it was like for the rest of the series, check out DC Universe or something to kind of cross promote, because I'm hoping that Stargirl
to do the preview special. They don't do that stuff anymore.
Even just some commercials, you would think they'd be
old.
You think they'd be dropping commercials every commercial break for DC Universe?
You know what the problem
CBS
is,
has a
though,
lot to
is
do
that
with the ads that they take too, though. They can't promote too much Warner Brothers because
competition.
CBS shows don't do it on the CW. Actually, they almost only last like a season or 2.
My thing is, I hope that Stargirl is more in a family-esqueness. So I would like to watch it with my kids, and not be like everything else that's on DC Universe, where it's
Doom
dark
Patrol,
and gritty.
Doom Patrol, or Titans.
Oh yeah, I always forget that Doom Patrol is a little questionable because I don't have like little kids around me. But now that you mention it, yeah.
Well,
I mean, like Doom Patrol, I'm not watching with the kids. Swamp Thing, I'm not watching with the kids. Titans, I'm not watching with the kids.
Oh yeah, Titans are
even though Solomon's asked
every 2 seconds.
Yeah, here's the thing.
I mean, Sayla watched one episode with me, but she didn't. She just was excited to see Robin. So
here's the rule: if it's live action and you had to pay for it, someone's getting naked.
Oh my god, that's like the Netflix rule. Oh my god, so the Netflix rule in our house is if it's a crappy movie and you don't see at least side boob in the first 2 minutes, you got to find the next movie.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think we've got. Well, no, that's not true. We did kind of get implied nudity in one episode of Titans. I was saying Titans really didn't do that.
Well, you know, okay.
Like
If it's not nudity, then someone's getting something ripped off.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like
Salty language.
it's either sex or it's violence. It's never
Salty language.
if you're paying $5 to see this, you know, humans are you know, we have not come that far from ancient Rome. We are
but this
we like certain things if we're going to pay our money for it.
yeah, but we're
but
we're going to be paying money for Disney Plus, and they're not going to be giving us that, are they?
That's for quality.
Yeah, you know what? First off, I don't know that that's necessarily the case, but more to the point, they're going to be giving us
good content.
They'll give us other things, you know, and
quality content.
You get National Geographics. You'll get boobs.
Yeah, well, there you go. What I will say for Disney Plus,
but those aren't fake.
They've got the prestige label to make the demands. I think.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. It's like if you're not really, I mean,
Disney Plus is like, we'll take what we give you and like it.
I'm only watching
not for nothing.
And you'll like it.
They have the gummy bears.
Y'all can keep smoking them in your mouse overlords all you want.
But for what it's worth,
it's the pirate's life for me.
But for what it's worth, yeah, I mean, it would be nice if they did something family friendly over at DCU, sure, but that's not their brand.
Somehow at the same time,
and that hardly animated coming in. That's definitely not kid friendly.
No. Well, yeah, it depends on your kid.
The language on that might be worse than any of them.
If you're a bad parent like me, your kids love that.
Oh yeah, you took your time to see Joker. I mean,
I mean, it was boring though. It was like maybe a little bit of violence. If that, like, I don't see why it was.
Yeah. I don't know why it was such like an R.
It was no Deadpool.
If it was 1981, this would be straight PG.
Maybe with language, maybe.
Or something.
The worst.
And and spoilers, De Niro gets shot right in the head. So
yeah, and they did linger on it in kind of a grotesque way. So that
I've seen
right
worse
there,
on SVU at 10 o'clock on NBC. That's all I'm saying.
Or how about when he killed his coworker in the apartment? That
was
kind of bloody. That was kind of
millennials are desensitized, and so are the Xenials. I'm just saying, nothing can.
You gotta move out of Florida, love. I know.
Yeah, I
know violence. I know language, violence, and sex are like a daily thing, probably even on the news. But you got to get out of Florida.
And again, this is why you should come to Jersey because you won't know the difference.
Yeah, go to Jersey. It'll be the same, just colder.
Yeah, it's like no snow. Y'all know the rule. No snow.
Yeah. Princess.
We have a South Jersey too. That's actually
South Jersey.
South Jersey, man. You can go down to Cape May. It's almost tropical. It's very nice.
Almost tropical.
It's below the Mason-Dixon line.
Lay on the beach in the garbage.
And
with global warming nowadays, we barely get snow in North Jersey anymore.
I got a piece. I got to take care of the kids.
All right. Take care.
It was great having you. We miss you.
Miss you
guys.
Yeah,
we miss you a lot. Bye.
I'll try to do it, even if it's like this, mobile.
All right.
That's fine.
Come back next time, Tom.
I will. I will.
Comic books!
All right. Yeah. Let's talk some comics.
Oh, Orville.
What is it?
Orville.
Oh, the
number.
Is that their own comic now? Is that IDW or who's making that?
No, that's Dark Horse, the same one it was last time. This is.
Oh, snap! Yeah, Lilith.
Did you talk about Orville last time? I didn't.
I've been talking about Orville the last 4 books. Yes, this is issue 4. They do it as 2-part book stories.
Yeah, Lilith. Why can't you pay attention like Charlie Esser does every week?
I don't know. And this is look at this. The Word of Avis is the title of this series. For those who remember from last month, there's a group of Union people who have found joy in the Word of Avis and are trying to get back to Krill space.
I love how races worship is a rental car agency. So awesome. They made
that is
too on the show.
Well, yeah, I know they make the joke. They make very racist jokes on the show. It's a fantasy race, so you can make fun of them. Because hey, that word sounds like a word that we have in our context.
Yes,
in our context, it makes you look stupid.
But Charlie, this is a series being written by humans, so it's like you could name the race, and again, it is fictional. You can write it anything. So don't you think that's?
I know
they wanted to maybe be joked about because they did name it Avis. I mean, they could name it anything else.
Except that when you make that decision, here's what I'm saying. Okay, if you make the decision, so it's like if you so as an example, you have Bob is a common term for God in a lot of fantasy novels, and that on some planet they call God Bob, as if Bob is any weirder than the word God.
Yeah.
It's a single vowel, two hard consonants on either end, and but of course we go, ha 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 ha, their God's name is Bob. What a stupid name for a God, not like Jehovah. That's a God name, and really the joke is really on you, that you are just sitting there looking at some stupid context of the joke in a language you don't even speak.
Well, there you go.
To make it,
there you go. It's an alien language. We shouldn't even be able to pronounce the name of their God.
Well, why shouldn't you be able to pronounce it? Why does sound work differently on different planets? Actually, it does,
language, and it should be something. Or if we can pronounce it, it should be very hard to pronounce. It should be something more than Avis, I think.
Why? Is Jehovah that hard for you to pronounce?
No. But I mean,
it's another language. How can you pronounce another language? It's a completely different language, Phil.
Yeah, but it's still Earth. It's not a completely different planet in a different,
Well, yeah, but how many vowel sounds do you think there are?
And
really, how many consonants do you think you're going to combine? That's kind of the thing, Phil. It's like there's only so many ways you can combine sounds to make words. Some of them are going to sound kind of similar.
Hey, some of these species may have more vocal cords than we do.
Oh yeah, but then it's still going to be how we hear the word.
Mm.
So there could be like 4 consonants outside of our vocal range that is part of the name of Avis that we can't even hear.
Okay.
So, it's Avis. It's like, no, it's Avis. But we can't hear that, so we're the idiots.
Okay.
That's the point, Philip. Okay. We're the idiots.
I'm sorry, Daddy. Don't beat me anymore.
Anyway, it's good because it does come down to this idea of why, when you're looking for that purpose in a religious ideology, how first off, some people can exploit that and people can take it too far, and other people can say, if your faith is true, if this really does give you purpose, why should you care what other people think, and why should that make you want to do evil? If you do evil in the name of something good, then it couldn't have been that good to start with. So it's really good, as always. Like I say, the Orville it's a good movie TV series. I can't wait to see it on coming to Hulu now. And the comic book lives up to the hype. That's Orville 4, Part 2 of 2, The Word of Avis.
So are they doing more?
Maybe, because we thought the first one was going to be a 2-shot, and then it's like, oh no, here's another one. It's like, oh wow, cool. Also, I really want to give a quick shout out to all of the amazing ads for books coming up from Dark Horse. You've got Count Crowley, which is like really great, and The Crone, which looks cool, but it's like the third in the series, so I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up. And just, and this one actually, this was one of my favorites, is I have no idea what the book is about, but it's called Strayed, and I think it's like some kind of cosmic cat, and the wackiness that it engages in. So
yeah, Strayed is only like an issue 4.
Yeah, I have an Orville comic. So yeah, so I'm loving these. I really loved all the ads for Dark Horse. So good on them. Yeah, yes, there's a comic book of Orville. You and Lilith, none of you pay attention. the fourth book I've had to review on this podcast.
Yeah, but some.
Are you sure you didn't do it on Super Connectivity?
I was gonna say, in your defense, we might have talked about at least one or two of those on Super Connectivity.
Yeah.
That's
You
fair
know,
enough.
because we
That's
might have
fair
been like,
enough.
"Hey, Lilith's not going to be interested."
No, Lilith knows what Orville is.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she's interested.
Oh, okay.
Now you just
Fair enough.
like
That's right. She doesn't like Orville.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah,
I got confused.
When you first
I
read
got
her or
confused.
not. I don't think.
Okay.
Well,
No problem. Anyway, whatever else you guys want to talk about.
Any book you want to throw out?
Nah.
Oh, did you
just talk the big two? It's fine.
Okay. Did you read Tales of the Dark from the Dark Multiverse Batman
I'm
Nightfall?
not supporting that trash.
It's just a one shot.
I know, but if
they
have a long title for a reason. The Dark Multiverse. I'm just like, we already have White Knight. We already have the Batman that laughs. I'm good, son. I'm good.
Well, did you read Flash Forward 2? Is this kind of like tied into that? Because like Wally West is traveling like the Dark Multiverse or something?
Yeah.
Because did you read that one?
Yeah, I did. It's weird and I don't like it.
Oh, you don't? I mean, we got President Superman.
Yeah. Which is a bit terrible.
Is it the black one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was on that Earth, and then there was like homages to some other heroes came from another Earth. They were like supposed to be like Marvel heroes, Lil.
Yeah, they're like, we really want to make that amalgam universe work somehow. We really do, but without paying all the money that goes with it.
But I mean, I just loved at the end of this. I mean, we see that Wally's kids are still alive.
I know. Now I love that it's Wally, but I don't know. I guess they're trying to make it up to the Wally fans for what they did to him for like the last 6 years.
Yeah, they're like, oh, don't worry about that. Heroes in Crisis.
Yeah, I think that's what this is about.
But no, Batman Nightfall. I mean, it was decent, but it's like, it's like where Batman didn't come back after Nightfall. Azrael took over Gotham, and then it's like 30 years later, and like he has like this whole system set up with lieutenants and stuff, and basically running Gotham instead of Batman. It's just like, if you read the original Nightfall, like Azrael wasn't.
Let's just be honest, though, his system's a little better. Like, fight me.
Yeah, but that's the whole problem. I'm like, read that original Nightfall, because they even reprinted Batman as like a $4.97 as like $1 special this week. Didn't they? Where Bane breaks Batman's back.
Yeah,
but I'm like, you read that original Nightfall. I'm like, Azrael was never that deep of a thinker. He wasn't a big planner. He was basically.
What maybe they're saying is that he had to evolve to there were big shoes to fill, and he had to evolve and do things.
And he did have that system in his head, so maybe that kept growing and evolving.
Yeah.
This time, I guess. Okay.
I wonder what he's lecturing Tristan about.
Yes, Tristan, the Orville. I don't know if Tristan didn't know he got the Orville. I'm like, doesn't he let his kids read his book? Shh. Come back.
Tristan was asking me about why Hunter Solomon in the books is Reverse Flash, but he's the Black Flash in the TV show. Or is Zoom?
Because adaptation. Adaptational needs.
Adaptational needs, Lilith says. So.
I mean, that's what it boils down to.
Yeah, because Hunter Zolomon originally showed up in the books when Wally was still the Flash. So yeah, by the time they got around to Barry, they had to. Well, they played a whole thing in season 2 of the Flash. At first, they made you think he was Jay Garrick, and then he turned out he was a Black Flash.
Well, no, he became the Black Flash because he got greedy, and the time rapes took him and turned him into the Black Flash.
Oh yeah, but he was Zoom. He was wearing that black costume.
Yeah,
that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Let's see.
So X-Men #1.
Oh yeah.
Did you read Metalman, Philip?
I did not.
I figured you might pick it up. It's very much in the vein of something you like, I thought.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Was it good?
It kind of reminds me of Thunderbolts almost, the way that it's written. It's Dan Battle though, so
Oh. Well, that might be.
But the art is by Shane Davis, and I really enjoyed it. But it also has to do with the Dark Multiverse too. But they didn't put it in the title, so I was like confused.
Well, everything's dark universe,
You're the villain of the dark multiverse. Make up your minds, DC.
It's
okay.
It's modern comics, Lilith. They always have at least 2 events running concurrently. Everyone, Marvel, DC.
Yeah, but no, I like the Metal Men's original run and stuff. So and like I said, even though it's Dan Dido, he actually did a really good job. I really enjoy the art by Shane Davis. It's an interesting story. But I don't know. Since it's tied into the dark multiverse, it's not going to be permanent.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
Yeah, but I thought it was a good read. Definitely, it had, like I said, it has a very Thunderbolty feel. So I thought you might have picked it up.
So this is Metal Men in the Dark Universe, or
yeah, in the Dark Multiverse.
Dark Multiverse. It's not like an Nth Metal Man, an Nth Metal.
Well, I mean, they still go through all that, but it's kind of tied into what Wally's doing. Is the way they made it seem.
Okay. I'm surprised the Metal Men haven't gotten the DC Universe series yet.
At least a cartoon. I think they'd be dope as a cartoon. Like kind of in that throwback vein of like
cartoon might be easier than live action.
Yeah. I was gonna say, but they just seem like after the success of Doom Patrol, I gotta say that wow, I think that's like the next logical step for them.
They might.
There's no such thing as logic at DC, AT&T, Warner Brothers. What's wrong with you?
It's AOL Time Warner.
AOL AT&T. Is not a thing. It's gone.
AOL will always be the master. They're always they feigned their own death just so they could pull the string.
They're dead.
They're the Voldemort of. They're the Voldemort of Omnicorps. No, I'm just what I also like about the Metal Men is it's kind of got with the popularity of the crystal gems, it's kind of like this idea of we can do a story where we're making up what the qualities of metal are, and then we're gonna have characters that embody it. So I'm just saying there's a tie-in there.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot of nostalgia and throwback. So, like I said, like Thundercats and Power Rangers and all that stuff's having a great resurgence. And that
Gummy Bears,
bouncing here, bouncing there, bouncing everywhere.
Yes, they are. High Adventure.
Saturday morning cartoons. I do miss that. My childhood was the best. Everybody else can go home. It's fine.
These punks now, they get cartoons every day.
On demand.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
TV, laptop,
there's a whole channel devoted to just cartoons.
You guys heard that that Disney Plus will not be on Amazon Fire? Is that true?
Well, duh. I feel like very much so.
Well, yeah, Amazon Video is probably
the Fire Stick specifically won't be able to pick it up. It's kind of like having a Google Chromecast.
I mean, it's probably not now, but if enough money.
If you need help, I can get it on there for you. If you need help, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, good to know. Because I'm like,
I can jailbreak everything.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, because not for nothing. Amazon's getting their money from me. I don't see why they're going to make it hard for me to use their products.
It's really not that hard, though. It's not. I promise. It's like one firmware update. It's fine. It'll be okay.
And I couldn't get sci-fi for a couple of weeks too, and then I got sci-fi. So, eventually they all make friends.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm sure by the time
all the money it can get, because I swear to God, I don't know what show I even watch on NBC, any of the NBC affiliates. Like I can't think of one single show.
Law and Order SVU. That's the only thing I
watch. No, I don't watch that. I told you guys.
I know. I'm saying Lilith. It's not all about you. The world doesn't revolve around you, Lilith.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of an NBC
revolves around old white men like me and Charlie Ezra.
I know there's one. I know there's something I watch on NBC, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
You watch wrestling? I think that's the only thing anybody that I know.
What, wrestling's on NBC?
I mean, the affiliate Universal, which is Sci-Fi owned.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing on NBC is Law and Order SVU, and if I'm Saturday night, if I got nothing else to do, I'll turn on Saturday Night Live. But that's it.
Oh, that's all I watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love The Grouch.
The what?
The Grouch. Oh, you didn't see the Grouch parody? Oh,
the Joker parody. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Yeah.
Okay. So X-Men #1. Let's discuss.
Okay.
What the freaking heck happened?
So Cyclops has like a Cyclops and like
It's a throuple?
like the Summers family has like a house on the moon now, right by the blue area of the moon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Charlie just knocked himself off.
We're talking about X-Men.
I think he
He's
put
like,
his apple juice down on the button. I don't know, but and Wolverine is living with Scott and Jean.
They're a throuple. And it's just like, no, get Scott out of there.
Wolverine is the best at what he does.
The best around.
The best there is at what I do, and what I do ain't pretty, boy.
Oh God. I have to have a motorcycle with a sidecar now.
Cyclops is going to be Wolverine's
There's
Robin.
a sidecar.
Batman and Robin, but Wolverine and Cyclops.
You know what? I would ship it more than I ship Wolverine and Jean Grey, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've never gotten that tension that they show. Like, I don't get it.
Well,
if anything, she should have tension with Professor X, even though it's gross and creepy.
Wolverine has a thing for redheads.
Well, hello, we all do.
I know, but I mean, it's like kind of the point of it being a problem, where it doesn't matter who the redhead is. He's kind of fetishized it.
All the short homicidal.
I resemble that comment, so we'll just move on.
All the short homicidal anti-heroes have things for redheads. Wolverine, Will Hellfire.
Yeah, well, you know, it's not so bad. It's not a problem to have a thing for a redhead. It's like if a red wig on a mop is going to do it for you, that's when it gets to be a problem.
But yeah, Charlie, it's like Cyclops and his family have like a house on the moon. Like, you know, Jean Grey's there, Cable's there, Havoc there.
It's weird.
But
I'm just like, I'm trying to figure this out. Like, why?
But
why would you do this?
Well, they want their own personal space, but then like Wolverine's living with them, which is weird.
Exactly.
Well, because I'm guessing obviously Jean Grey is using her intense mental powers to manipulate everyone.
Too? Is this what you're saying?
Because mind control is a super villain power.
Mark Phoenix, Triple X.
He is a super villain.
Phoenix with 3 X's.
I'm just saying, if you have the power to control people's minds,
it's messed up that you say that, because like I'm like, yeah, like I didn't want to fly or mind read. Those are my 2 go-tos.
Professor X is controlling them all.
Well, mind read is manipulation. That you know, just reading minds. It's invasive and it's creepy, but it's not really super villainy. But when you start like, oh, I can make you do things. I can convince you that was your idea the whole time. That when you start doing Jedi mind tricks, these are not the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the mutants you're looking for.
Yeah. You know, and that poor stormtrooper. he had a whole disciplinary hearing about the whole thing.
Well, if he had to face a firing squad, he's still alive. So bright side.
But all right. So Lilith, you're current on X-Men. Charlie, you read some of House of X and Powers of X. I mean, I get where they're trying to go, but
These are like brand new personalities, though. Like I don't like it.
Is anyone picking up like villain vibes from some or all of these X-Men?
Everybody.
Yeah.
Like they didn't come back right.
Well,
They did not come back right.
Well, I think that's the thing. It's like a whole cloning process. You know, it's like they're not right or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like they said in Contagion. You know. Hell, we'll get even the X-Men, even though they're all acting weird all of a sudden, you know.
Contagion
which is also just such a great way to hang a hat on. Boy, this violates all previous canon up until this point. That all the X-Men are just crazy nutters now.
Contagion is just like an excuse to do like a weekly Halloween story because things making.
I didn't say it was good. I'm just saying it made a good observation about the X-Men.
And it's like guys who are like, you know, I guess I don't know, can't carry a solo series right now, like like Power Man and Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Moon Knight Moon Knight showing up next issue. Who else was in here? Oh, the Thing and Doctor Strange are in here, but I mean they're there in the book, you know.
Yeah.
And let's not forget Senior Magico.
Senior Magico, yes.
Jennings. Now, Bob Jennings. That's a character I need to see more of.
That's Charlie Esser's cosplay. I'm Bob Jennings.
Well, because he's clearly a Doug Henning. You see, if you're an old man like me, you know who Doug Henning is, and so you know that they're doing a Doug Henning riff with an actual sorcerer named Bob Jennings.
Okay, but does the X-Men actually have enough personality to be a character-driven story instead of a punch 'em up in 2019?
No.
Okay, it's not just me.
Do you?
That's the weird thing about it. That they're setting up this particular book to be more character-driven, and it's like, well, if you focus on Jean, sure, but Scott and Wolverine are just like, I'm like, they have no personality.
But again, the premise is sound. It's like, mutants trying to establish themselves as like this world power, and it's like there's a way to do it, but it just seems like the way they're going about it is, okay, we're here, like it or not, get the F out of our way if you don't like it, here we come.
I feel like that's a take on a specific movement that's happening right now, and I don't think that Hickman has an actual firm grasp of it. I think it's kind of one of those,
yeah.
I saw the memes and I'm trying to incorporate it into my book kind of thing.
Let's cross this out to you. Wasn't Krakoa actually a villain? Like in the original story?
One man's terrorist is another man's freedom.
Yeah, but
it's all a little mind control-y. Again, villain power. So this, it's like it strikes me. I remember.
I think
the whole idea was to go to Krakoa because there's a problem.
Yeah.
That's when the all different X-Men show up.
I think Lilith, do you remember? I thought they threw out a line in either House of X or Powers of X where Xavier was like, "Oh yeah, we thought it was evil, but it's not. We just didn't understand."
I think it was Powers of X.
Yeah, I swear they threw out some kind of line.
That is exactly what you always say about the mind controlling entity.
Yeah, well, I think they're kind of.
It's like, we thought it was evil, but then we saw the light.
I know, but
that has shown you how beautiful it is.
Hey,
but plot twist, what if it's just like Futurama and he was actually right and just wanted to love them?
He was I forget the name, but it was I forget that character's name, and I forget who played him.
Sparkly
it was from the guy. It was the guy.
One of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, but it was the tentacles. It was like, no, it's not cool. It's not cool. Favorite. Because you're really, here's the thing.
He was lonely.
He was, what? It's one thing to be, it's okay to be lonely and to seek out a human contact. It's not okay to demand all the human contact, no matter how lonely you are.
Yeah, Harvey.
But if you can support it.
Yeah, Harvey Weinstein.
Could he? I mean, if he poops cocaine, does that mean that everyone loves him? That's what I'm saying. Well, that's the thing.
If you're, to quote Little Pump, if your feet loves cocaine, then maybe, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't know if someone peed alcohol. I'm thinking Lilith Hellfire would become the marrying type.
Oh God, no.
Again, is that even really a relationship, or is that a quid pro quo?
Or is that a dependent?
Isn't that all of humanity, basically, though? In one way or another, everything's quid. I'm just saying. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. That's just how the human race gets along.
Let me just say, not to be judgmental on it.
Throwing your optimism on our face, Lilith Hellfire.
Humanity. Basically, the best relationships are the ones where you and it's going to sound horrible, are the ones where you actually don't necessarily see. We don't see a net positive for yourself, but you see a net positive for the community you've built.
Wrong. Where's the Trump button? Wrong.
Oh
no.
Wow.
I mean, Lilith Hellfire, I don't know this, but it's like Charlie, like a good relationship is just like, where you enrich each other and enjoy each other.
Exactly.
Lilith Hellfire,
exactly.
enjoy human beings.
Ew. Gross.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Wrong.
Hey, I'm not faulting the Little Soulfire's philosophy. I'm just saying, now that there are other kinds of relationships.
If you say
I'm
so.
not saying that transactional relationships aren't wonderful. I enjoy them myself. But the fact of the matter is that, when you have a relationship that is not a hard barter, it's actually a really interesting situation you find yourself
Maybe
in.
it is a hard barter and you've just been worn down and you don't realize it. But that's just my take on marriage. Don't listen to me.
I'm not even talking marriage. Marriage is a piece of paper. There's some. It's like you can have something even beyond that.
Oh, Philip, something I found funny this week is that I heard everybody saying a lot of good things about Absolute Carnage #4. Still didn't pick it up.
I didn't pick it up.
I was just like, who did they pay? What is going on? Not the Deadpool one, though. The Deadpool one was terrible.
There's symbiote fans out there. Oh, you know what? I actually did pick up Absolute Carnage Deadpool #3. So if you want to talk down on Wade's World tomorrow, we can.
Yes, we can do that. I have a lot to say.
Oh, did you see Love Hellfire? Supposedly we are supposed to talk to Kelly Thompson, but I just emailed her because just like she suspected, they pushed that back again another week. Deadpool #1.
Okay.
So
that's fine. I mean, she's a busy lady, so yeah.
Well, I emailed her. I think she even said last time I talked to her, she's like, I think they might. Supposedly, there's talk that they might push it back. So, look at him.
Okay.
Look at him. When it doesn't interest him, he jumps off camera.
Papa, can you hear me?
But he can't white mansplain. He just like jumps off that camera.
I was just about to talk about Savage Sword of Conan #10 too.
Okay, well he's not here. Did you read Superman Year One #3?
I did. It was super rushed. It was way too much. It was like an info dump, and everybody hated it.
Yeah, the pacing's all off because it's the first.
They were supposed to have 4, is what I heard.
Oh, maybe that's it. Because I was like the first 2 seemed kind of slow, and then this one seems like it rushed.
Yeah.
But
that's kind of Frank Miller's style when you think about it.
I guess. And it's just like, he always has to have Batman just be like the psychopath, be like, I can kick your ass.
I know.
And
whoever
smart
Frank Miller writes Superman needs to be fired.
And not in a smart, I know. And not in a smart way. It's just like, I'm gonna punch Superman. It's like, okay, Batman.
Like I don't think he gets either character, to be honest.
No, he just wants.
Like he's gotten such the ego since Batman Year One. I can do whatever I want with Batman, and people are gonna love it.
Yeah, after the '80s, I don't know. Frank Miller's kind of lost.
Yeah, you gotta evolve and grow. Like it's not the '80s anymore. It's 2019. I expect a little bit more.
And was it just me? Like I couldn't get through this whole thing in one reading. I had to put it down like at least twice and then pick it back up later.
Were you getting upset, or is it just boring?
I wasn't upset.
Maybe it was boring.
I don't know if it was boring or I'm just like, I don't know if I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, I found it to be.
And then Wonder Woman, the whole thing with Batman and Wonder Woman in the end seemed seemed like the rushed part. And then it's like we don't get back to Lex. I mean, I know they're probably setting the groundwork. This is the Dark Knight Returns universe, and they're probably hoping to get another miniseries out of this or something. But
I mean, how many more can does Frank Miller really have in him?
I know, but again, I swear they're like cashing in on nostalgia. It's just like,
well, they've wasted my goodwill.
And then when Wonder Woman showed up, I was like, oh, are we doing Batman v Superman now?
That's what I was afraid of.
Well, it's like it's Lex and then Batman and Wonder Woman. I was like, oh, we're okay. When's Doomsday?
You know what? I just want Wonder Woman to have nice things. Can she just marry Lex? Make him a good man. And let's just be done with it.
Why?
Sorry, Trevor.
I just wonder if they're going to try to redeem her because Wonder Woman 750 is coming up.
Oh my God! Speaking of that, the Witching Trials or whatever that story arc is terrible. It has gone on way too long.
Oh really?
Even though it's like only the third part of it or whatever, it's boring as hell. It's with Cersei, and I don't care about Cersei.
Oh, I've been reading the regular Wonder Woman series, but yeah, not that.
Yeah. So I'm like, I need somebody to write Wonder Woman and make me care again. I truly do.
I mean,
can I get another Wonder Woman 77? Like, honestly.
I mean, have you been reading the regular Wonder Woman book?
No.
Okay, G. Willow Wilson's writing it. It's okay. Like, I think it got a little better, but
I don't care about Wonder Woman anymore, which is a shame because she's the best movie in the DCEU.
I know, and she was one of your favorites back in the day.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, sorry, we're having Wi-Fi issues.
Because you're trying to
feel your
trying to
pain.
create that whole Fortnite world on your computer.
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing. Yeah, that's exactly what the problem is. And
Talk
the
about
hope was
Let
over.
the kids play Fortnite.
talk about your
It's fine.
Fortnite black hole.
There's
Oh,
no
it
like
is.
real blood violence in Fortnite. Let the kids play it.
Well, he's trying to download it on his new computer.
Season 11.
He's trying to download it on his new computer.
Well,
Yeah, I know
actually,
it's gonna take a while.
buy a 128 gig memory card, and that's what we're downloading it onto. Because I don't not because it takes like
Memory card? You should have
But
got
the
a
thing-
solid state drive to do that. It would boot faster. Just the same.
okay, yes. With all of my disposable income, well, I'll get right on that.
Lilith knows a Russian. Lilith knows a Russian who will sell that to you for cheap. Fell off the back of a
Well, a
truck.
Chinese person actually.
Fell off the back of a
They're in New York too, so I'm just saying.
truck.
Memory card cost $23, and that was still pretty pricey for me.
Did you get it off Amazon?
Yeah.
Is it the Samsung one?
No, it's PNY.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the SanDisk one. That was like $4 more. So I'm no fool.
All right, before we get out of here, Lilith, did you see? I guess they delayed that Batman Catwoman book. It's not solicited for January now.
Oh my God! Can we just talk about the 2020 the January 2020 solicit list? It's a sad state of affairs.
What, for DC or
It's nothing I want to. Yeah, everywhere. I'm just like I don't want any of this. My pull list is like I feel so bad.
Again, I think we've brought it up a couple of times. It's like Marvel and DC. It's basic. I mean, there's stuff that Charlie likes and stuff, but I swear Marvel and DC. It's basically like a Spider-Man, Batman world right now.
And I'm over it. I want other things.
And spin-off.
That's why I try to like
Spin-off
support
movies.
other companies and stuff now. Like I'm really into it.
There's other stuff out there, and it's,
Alterna Comics is one of my favorites. Although they stopped making my favorite book, but I gotta find something else from Alterna.
Yeah, but I mean, does Alterna have like ongoing stuff? I always thought it was like miniseries.
Yeah, they're pretty much miniseries.
I think right now the only thing that's ongoing is it came out on Wednesday and Actual Roger.
Hey,
Yeah,
what
actual Roger.
Yeah, hey Brad. Yeah, me and Tyler are gonna do a episode on Watchmen Monday night. So
Oh, the podcast Watchmen.
yes, we'll be back. Yes, Monday night. Monday night.
When is that show debuting, by the way?
What?
Does anybody know? Does anybody know when the show's actually debuting?
Watchmen?
Tonight, actually, like midnight, I think.
No, Sunday at 9.
Oh, it probably comes out on the app early though.
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
okay.
But yeah, no, that's another competition for Supergirl now, Lilith. It's going to be Supergirl, Walking Dead, and Watchmen all at the same time, and let's not forget football.
Mm-hmm.
Sports.
But the difference is Watchmen you can watch whenever you want, with no commercial interruptions.
Yeah. But I mean, still, there's still people. Again, first episode, there might be people watching live.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm sure there will. I mean, there always is.
Yeah.
Even when it's just like it drops, at midnight on Netflix, people will watch it then.
And again, if you have nothing to do on a Sunday night, you're going to watch something live.
Mm-hmm.
Just a question of which one of those.
I don't get that joke.
It wasn't a joke.
It's an observation. You know Jerry Seinfeld, Philip.
What about these people watching the TV?
I haven't noticed people watch a lot of TV. I can't understand it unless they're watching me.
People who watch live TV, I don't understand. It's 2019. I don't get it. Unless you have to live tweet something or having a watch party, I don't effing get it.
There's no such thing as live TV.
Well,
there's only TV that is airing at the moment.
Well, you don't get
in a certain area.
Again, if you're sitting down at 9 o'clock and you're not doing anything else but watching TV, if something's on, you're like, okay, I'll watch this now.
Unless you have YouTube on your TV, in which case you just put on YouTube and watch Lindsay Ellis videos.
I know. I binge watch YouTube more than I binge watch anything else, to be honest. Although
Honestly,
y'all
I'm
the
getting there
celebrities
too.
taking over YouTube and like pushing up my smaller YouTubers to the fact that they have to use Patreon, Subscribestar, and Cup of Coffee to live, like, I don't know.
Okay, so you're a big YouTube watcher, Lil. So who are you trying to hit on now? Charlie's son or my son?
They still have quite the many years, both of your sons, till they're legal,
Yeah.
so no worries.
Yeah.
No, YouTube's a great place. Although they took all the conspiracy videos off too.
Oh, and then Brad was saying he DVRs everything and watches a few hours later because he hates the commercials. Yeah, that's the other thing. Lil hates commercials, so that's why you're not watching anything live.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't mind commercials.
Of course.
I don't like when they do the commercial as part of the YouTube video.
Oh, they get you right in the middle. Just give me before or after, bro. Don't.
Well,
like,
I don't mind. No, but like when they say this episode's brought to you by Skillshare, it's always
you're
Skillshare.
gonna leave. You're gonna leave. Wisecrack alone.
Oh, dude, it's not just Wisecrack. It's legal. It's
I was thinking TV because I was.
I feel like because you said Skillshare, that was a direct shot at Wisecrack.
No, Skillshare is just doubling down on it. In fact, they've actually there's an entire new service that is just where a lot of YouTubers have the educational YouTubers have migrated to. I just saw the ads for it yesterday, and it actually sounded kind of cool. It's like, hey, it's just us nerd YouTubers, and we're here at the education site, and pay $5 and come get all your nerd content and support us. So.
But I mean,
yeah.
Well, maybe that's why I'm watching more TV because, like, if I wait even like 15 minutes for something to record, I can just fast forward through commercials.
But you really should watch the commercials because it's the revenue.
Oh, you're one to talk, miss. I'll pay whatever it takes not to have commercials.
To be fair, I literally do buy the expensive Blu-rays and complete my collections. I buy the peripheral tie-ins and other things like that.
True.
And I do leave CW Seed running a lot without skipping the ads. So I feel like I've done my part.
I just saw this last night watching YouTube. Do you know what YouTube now has that you can do? On some commercials, not all, and every one you would actually like, you can like the ad.
Yeah.
So you can say, I like this ad. Except on the ads I actually liked, they didn't have it. So there was a great Heineken Zero ad that I loved.
Of course.
And it didn't even have a like option. I was like, that was such a great ad. I would love to see more ads like that Heineken Zero ad.
That makes me want to drink.
It's Heineken Zero, Phil. It's not alcoholic.
I'm not saying
beer.
you don't want to drink Heineken Zero, but once you.
I actually do want to drink Heineken Zero. It's a very good beer. If I had the money to drink non-alcoholic beer, I probably would. But with non-alcoholic beers, it's much more expensive than regular beer.
Shouldn't it be the other way around?
No, because you have to
cigarettes versus vaping. Like cigarettes are super hella expensive. Vaping's really cheap.
No, because you have to make the beer and then you have to take the alcohol out. You can't just like make beer without alcohol. It doesn't work that way.
It's
just like
process.
You can't make a plant taste like me.
You're paying for more parts of labor on the non-alcoholic welfare.
Yeah, that's why you should never drink non-alcoholic beer. That's all I'm saying. It's a waste. Wheat and barley did not die for you to make it non-alcoholic, okay? All right, let's let you boys get to super connectivity. I know Charlie is itching to discuss his Orville theories and whatnot.
History of the Marvel Universe. Galactic. Unreliable.
Agents of Wakanda and Bizarre Adventures. Oh, hey, and Captain America. No one ever talked about that. No one talks about that guy anymore.
You know why.
Well, Lilith doesn't talk about him anymore. All right.
You know it's what he did.
All right, let's get out of here. All right, everyone. Send us your thoughts. Like we said, Tyler and I will be covering Watchmen in a few days. Comics, movies, TV, all this news about casting. Email us anything, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Find all of the Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekick social media links at Linktree, tr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember, you can watch us live on the Capes and Lunatics Facebook, Twitter, and on getvocal.com/channel/capes. Lilith Hellfire.
All right. If you are a Capes and Lunatics or Sidekicks peep, you can find me on Instagram at LilithHellfire69. And if you still use Twitter, you can find me over there at Lilith Hellfire.
Horny and angry. Duh.
My two main states of being,
Two
yes.
states of being, yes. All right.
Add sleepy to that now.
Steering to the skid. Charlie Esser.
And if you two are an apple juice aficionado like I am, you can write to me in an old-fashioned email way the way our Maz and Paws once did at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, @gmail.com. And of course, follow me on the Twitters. And I live tweet things when shows are live, and you can tweet them.
And you can do
at Charlie Esser. That's CHARLIESSER. Look for the two E's in the middle.
For quality.
Bing!
There you go.
Mozzie. Thank you once again for joining us. Those of you watching who are listening on the podcast later, for Tyler Patrick, check out the Krypton Report podcast, a Superman podcast by a man who looks like Tom Welling. And for another week, we have been the Capes
and the Sand
Lunatics.
And we took 100 and some weeks, so we finally got it down, kids.
Don't expect it to happen next week, though. We always do good one week and then flub it the next. It's just like our thing.
That rum intake isn't at full saturation yet. Hello, Hellfire. All right. Join us all here next week, kids. We love to see you.
Night.
We just want to be your friend.